Slowly, slowly but surely, the sounds are starting to plug in for this item. It actually sounds kind of cool. I think it's a little loud. I could make it a little softer sounding. I think I might do that. It's good, but it needs to be a little bit more subdued. It's I don't know, just seems a little off. But overall, I'm liking it. I like the sound. It does have a good little feel of an opening scroll, which I like. Um, I need some ambiance music. I haven't decided how I'm gonna do that. Probably use AI music for now. Uh, it's interesting because I it's kind of like trying to come up with the right amount and the right kind, right? So I have a design aesthetic that I don't want it to be just like football music, like current day football music. You know, it's got to be something that's got kind of a fantasy feel, something, I don't know. That's why I kind of say something like a Coliseum type music, something that might be gladiatorial kind of combat music. I don't know. It's interesting. I did an AI thing and it did a pretty good job of coming up with a sound that sounded pretty good. And I've noticed that a lot of these AI music generators, they don't just do music though. They do kind of they tend to do full on lyrics and then you have to pay to get like just sound, which is kind of an interesting approach to how that works. But you know, whatever works, I guess, in that sense. Um, but we are getting closer to a functional sound. Are we running? Are we in break mode? I think I'm in break mode. Da, da, da. Yep, maybe. Nope. Are we still thinking of running? What's going on here? Something's showing that shouldn't be. Are we not loaded yet? Close that. And then click here. Here. Maybe. Not exactly sure what happened there. Something kind of broke. Oh, I think I know. I reconnected my my code, but it doesn't like it when you reconnect your code while it's still running. You got to stop running. That's the problem. So, yeah. There was one more. I think I'm partly distracted here by the fact that I'm trying to fix my what do you call it? The what are they called? The kitties? No, the Joeys. The Joey's emblem is throwing me off. It's the only one that's kind of wonky, so I want to fix it. So we're gonna open this up. We'll do it with Designer. That seemed to work last time. Let's see how good Designer is at removing the background from this. Okay, so this one, I want to remove the background. It's probably going to take the white off, but leave me with a black border. Oh, it actually did pretty good there. Did it remove all of that border? Maybe it did. Oh, nice. Okay, so let's go with the crop. Oh yeah, and I want to set this as square, which means I gotta put that in the middle. It's probably needing to be a little bigger. Okay, now we'll save that. That's technically, this is not a logo though. This is my actual model image. I haven't come up with a. I'm using it as the Joey's logo, but that's not. Oh no, no, that's right. This is the character pose. Okay, wait. Never mind. We're okay. This isn't a model. I have it set up as a model, but this is just the 2D image that my model will be based off of. But I haven't created an actual model for it yet. but it is in fact correct for this purpose. So I want to go over to my, close this, refresh this, and then we'll go over here and here and then I will go to my teams. Nope. Probably should be stored under teams instead of leagues. I don't know why I started this under leagues. Probably because teams didn't exist. Teams got created because leagues got too big. That's really what happened there. And the Joey's pose. Okay, so we're going to take this and drop it in here. And now we're going to go rename. Delete. And then we're going to rename. Hopefully this will be a little bit better for the pose. I would like to put some decent backgrounds on these people. Maybe I'll put them in put them on the cards or something, or just combine them. I don't know. I haven't decided how I'm gonna do that yet. But in order for me to fix that, I have to go over to my team settings, and we'll just go asset version 1. Wait, why did that undo itself? Oh, I know. 1.0.3. I have a default asset settings, so whenever I redo my system init, things get kind of screwed up. So I gotta go here, and ultimately it's probably going to be the asset version. All right, somewhere I have settings. Is it user account? No. Auth. Okay. Well, something's resetting my asset version. Players, playbook, leagues. Okay, I don't know where asset version's getting set. System settings, is it something in here being done by default? Well, I'll be darned. What the heck? It is. Oh, it's a league settings. So it is under leagues. Aha. The next time I run system init, that'll have to get updated. But for now, I got to figure out a way to increment my version number so that things stay in sync, or maybe come up. I don't know. I got to come up with a way to do that. I haven't decided the best way to do that yet. All right. So anyway. I need to come up with a way that maybe when it updates asset version number, it actually, yeah, I don't know, or something. Maybe I'll have it look at the value in there and just increment it. And that's probably the simplest approach. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do this. And I'm also trying to pin down one of the closing bug. I have everything opening correctly, and most things are closing correctly, but there's some points where things don't close. Like, for example, when I log in, the login screen doesn't shut. It shut before, but what's happening is it doesn't shut, and then I'm kind of like, okay, I'm stuck. So I have to shut down and come back, and then it loads correctly because I'm already logged in. So there's definitely some issues with that. And then I was trying to navigate to the account, and it didn't log quite correctly either. I'm trying to figure out how to. Yeah, I'm just trying to fix the little things that throw everything off. The cleanness, the not let's not have problems kind of state of things. So what I've got going here is I'm trying to pin down. I'm on the animate open, and you see that I have animate open for the roster panel, which is just a check because I'm pretty sure. I mean that one works, but then when I'm in the so I checked game plan, and a game plan hits all these lines. But strangely, when I hit the account panel, this line never gets hit, but it works. I'm like, how is that happening? How is this line not getting hit and we're still working? So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at in this phase of things. That, and also trying to figure out why the login screens aren't shutting down, or for that matter, reopening. Because once I log in, if it does close, it would kick me out, but it doesn't reopen the login panel, which is what it's supposed to do. So there's some little thingies going on. All right, so I'm fully open here. So like when I go to here, oh sure, now it's going to do it. All right, so you see it opens. And then I go here. That one does it. Oh, I don't know, man. All right, well, whatever. Be a jerk about it. I don't know, maybe I just had some weird not compiled state working on it and it was not hitting the line. All right, well, maybe that one does work. So I have some things not getting set on the configure. So I have game name, which player.game name, player.position. Why isn't card title being set here? Oh, because there's no game name. Oh wait, full player data. Yeah, game name's not coming through. Why is game name not coming through on full player data? Oh, it's just name. Oh, game name. Oh, game name might be the. It's probably setting the wrong person's. Probably setting the wrong value. Game name is the value of the team. I have game name, game city, game. It's probably. I don't even think game name is right. Is that even a right thing? I think it's game city, game mascot, and game abbreviation. Don't know that game name is a correct value. Is game name a thing? Is that like a misconnect on my part? Where would that be? Game name. All right, so if game name is part of the full team name, full player name, so that's going to be coming back from teams, and that's going to be in the teams. So the teams proto, common API. Could be in league proto. Probably, it's either in league proto or probably league players maybe. I don't even know. I have to look. League players is just under players. Never mind. That's going to be under here. So I didn't even do that. Oops. God, I kind of have an oops. Yeah, I gotta synchronize my things. Okay, so that's gonna be a problem. But I didn't realize those had to be updated. Oops, Ken, that's what you get. Can't do that. All right, let's see. Full player general info. Full player data, and these are all the general values. So we got general info, which is we got physical, contract, skill, experience, status info. So general info. Let's just see if game names in here. All right, so there's a game name. And then there is a name. Game name, I don't know what game name is versus his name. I feel like it's supposed to be game name, but maybe league players. Because, okay, so the player's actual name is their game name, or is their name, I think. I may be using it wrong, though. So if I go to league players, I think I might be misusing those fields. It's not that they're not supposed to exist. I think they're invalid. See, I have name here. And then under the actual player pool, which is the source players, all the data. Oh, they have a game name here. So for them, it's name. And then it's Levi Albright is the game name. But why do they have game names at all in the source player data? That's not right. Source players should not have game names. Or maybe they do. I laugh because I'm like, I see there's still things being designed in my head, right? So I'm like, okay, I was randomly generating the game name for players. And perhaps it's a good idea that I do it this way. So that would mean everywhere that Chris Berry appears, it'll basically you'll only see Chris Berry play one season, or he only comes into the league once, right? And then in the next season, Burt Berry is somebody else, because this is season what, 2009. So in 2010, he could be a different kind of Barry. He could be Tom Barry. He could be Tom 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 A. Barry, Tom and Barry, Bomb and Barry, like Tom and Jerry. Sorry, I'm sleepy. It's after 10 o'clock here. I'm losing it. I started the ramble on. Alexa, turn off dynamic duo. That's too much light above me. My bald head is turning into a light bulb. It's a bit much. Who needs that much of my head? Let's see here. Let's tone down the side view too here. There we go. Little, still a fair amount, but it allows me to not have. Guess that's as small as it goes. All right, so that goes down, and this goes up. Crazy bright. Man, that goes way up. All right, so let's take that all the way down because I'm gonna turn into a nova. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so I think that works. I think when they come in, I can randomize their names and then not have to do it again. I think that works. So every time a league's created, they're always Burt Berry in 2009 will always be translated to Chris Berry at this point, assuming I don't, regenerate, which I may at some point because I got to test stuff. But, oh, by the way, I'm going to be working on getting all of last year's data in for 2025 because I like my ratings and I want to see how all these players actually rated and how these teams rate according to my ratings. I'm curious how the teams in their current stance rate. How did my game rate these people as far as teams go? Reading all of their player stats and finding the average player skills and seeing if there's a way to determine how teams actually played out. I think it'd be kind of interesting to see how that stuff comes out with my game's stat capabilities. It's a whole nother thing. Okay, so let's go back to where I was. Let's finish my. All right, so the idea is that it is supposed to be name. There is no game name for players that aren't. Because it just becomes their name. In the league, that is their name. And there is no game name. So I'm just going to do name. I think name's fine. All right, so that means I have to stop this because I want to see everybody load correctly. Oh. All right, so we're going to go here. We're going to change this to name. And do I have any other values I want to put? I want to start putting ratings on cards because I have them, right? And maybe based on their position, certain ratings will show up because, you change their ratings. Because it can't show all their ratings because you see these are all the ratings that they have for the entire, what their ratings are in the entire game. And every player gets rated for every position, everything. Now, a lot of them are going to have the default minimums, but there's no reason for them to have. So you see this 56? That is the number I chose for a league minimum. So every player's got at least a 56 on pretty much every skill. Or at least on their overalls. These are the overall skills. These are skill ratings. Now these here are these are a little different. These are the skill, and these are skill ratings. skill ratings are how they rate up to 100 from 56 to 100. And then these are just the skills themselves. So they could be anything. A lot of these numbers are like sub 10, which doesn't matter because in all they just get balanced out to 1 to 100 or 56 to 100. So yeah, we got a lot of offensive skills, defensive skills, and then you have all of their ratings. I can't fit all these on a card. So it's going to have to be grouped. Every one of these ratings will be grouped by the position that would matter. And then that's what they'll have. If you change their position, it'll show you that position's skill ratings on their card. Maybe maybe on the card I'll have like an other or a tertiary, secondary page or whatever. Maybe their position ratings, whatever. It'll be their base rating is going to be what shows on the card though. Anyway, so I'm just curious how these all average out for people. This guy has a lot of 56s because he's like a nobody player. I don't think he actually has he's like a minimum in a lot of cases. So he ends up getting some of the smaller stuff. He played 17 games though, which is something. He played 12 years, 17 games. He must have been like a bench backup or something. But let's get back to it. Let's go ahead. We go in here and we're gonna, I'm trying to stop derailing myself. So we have name. I'm trying to see what other things do I already have that I want to put on the card. Position, experience. See, this was not right either. It printed some weird thing on my, I had some weird card data on some of those people. Because I think it was showing like, I guess I have to look. Honestly, I don't know what it was. I have to, oh, is this going to even work? Because I have it running. Should not have done that. It's like you can't attach. Oh, God, it's so annoying. You can't attach when it's running. Is it compiling? It must be compiling. Suck. You can't make changes and attach when it's running. Or it won't be able to undo its current state. It's like you're putting it in a bad place. Now it's got to recompile. Unity is dumb. It's got a lot of little quirks that are just take some getting used to. I think it's interesting. You know, you see people developing stuff online. I don't know how many people actually develop constantly. Are there a lot of people who develop constantly online? Are there developers? I mean, I see people doing code, but I don't know. I guess it's probably just me. I think they're boring. That's why I think not very many people watch. Because I wouldn't watch me. I'd be bored. I don't know. Watching other people code is like watching paint dry. So I get it. I get it if you don't like to watch it. I understand. I'm not hurt by it. I wish you would because it's good for me if you have an interest. That's kind of why I do a lot of other things. I talk about the code more than I actually do while I'm online. Because watching code get done is kind of painful sometimes. See how these are loading up weird? They're all on top of each other. That's like, and it says player experience info. What the heck is that? That's like totally not. Where does it? What is that? Is there like data that looks like that? No, that's not even right. Because it doesn't look like that when it's displayed in other places. So there's something wonky going on here. Where's the word? See, this is Experience text. I don't know what this is. This is probably totally wrong. Because it's showing player experience. Info years. I don't know what the heck is going on under there. So this is like not a real thing apparently. Or it's not being shown. And then contract info is supposed to be in there too. And it's like the fields are laid out wrong or something got all cranky. And then player contract here. So I have, because this lays out correctly, well, as correctly as I could hope, when I do the league generation. So I should probably have a thing that sets the cards, like have a common card set thing where I just call, see this is game card, right? So we say configure player and it's obviously doing something different than what other things are doing. Or we're loading data differently or something. I got to figure out what's going on here because we're definitely getting a flawed result here. Anyway, there's no problem with having that up there. Okay. Anyway, so that's the thing I got to fix. But let's go back over here. So one of the things I expect to happen when I log out here is I'd be logged out. Now, the thing is, it logged out. I'm currently logged out. But as you can see, nothing happened. I can tell you I'm logged out because if I go here and I go to my user account and I find the bottom, looking up user, oh wait, nope, that's not it. User account, team. All right, wait a minute. Is it under gateway? Admin? No, it wouldn't be admin. So it's not user account. Is it auth? Nope. All right, so what happened? What is going on? So logout didn't trigger. It is triggering. I can see it triggering. See, when it flickers, the light flickers on it. But we are not calling. Gateway. Teams, leagues. User account. Looking up user ID, user 6. Huh. Okay, why am I only going half closed now? And why are these so much bigger? Oh. Oh, okay. This is a problem that happens when you change sizes, which is kind of annoying. It needs to redetermine, it needs to recalculate the size, which is wonky. And my fields are obviously too small because my colon wrapped. Oh, all these little nonsensical things. Gotta love it. So probably need to make a little bit more room here. This needs to be a copy. So when I click on the copy, it's supposed to say copied key or key copied to clipboard or something. And then you can take that. And it even failed to load it because apparently it didn't generate one. Let's see. My generation ain't working either. So we got some, we're having some issues still. Oh, things just don't always go according to plan, of course. At least not when I think I have stuff working and then I come back to it after a while and it's like, it's not working no more. Why not? What did I do? What happened? But I've got sound on my scrolls. I think it's loud. Maybe it'll be less loud when I put some music in the background, but I can adjust the sound, which I probably will. I need to hide this. I need to soften that sound. I think it's too much. So, yeah, I'm gonna go to my prefab here, prefabs, and then we're gonna go over to my scroll animator, and then we're gonna go to my scroll open odd, and let's lower the volume on that a notch. Volume is low, so high is on the left. That is weird. So that's up. Oh, 0. Oh, on priority, it's on the left. All right, that's 1 is 100%. So let's try 75%. Pitch, you can change the pitch. I don't know what stereo will do. Spatial blend. Don't know what that means either. Reverb, zone mix. Don't know what that means either. But we'll worry about that stuff when I want to play with sound later. But we'll just tone it down a little bit for sound. Yeah, I don't need it either. Okay, back to task. All right, so something happened to my button, so I got to go figure out why my log out button I assume it didn't work. I'll know in a minute. Let's turn it back on. If I turn it back on and it takes me to the start page, then that means it worked. It logged me out. I didn't see any remnant of it. Usually it says things like deleting token. Actually, you know what? It may not actually do any backend stuff. Now that I think about it, the console's probably where it says deleting token. Yeah, it did go to start. Okay. And I always click the wrong thing. Okay. So we are logged out. All right, so something's up with my login button here. I don't know what. It does click. I know it logs in, but it's not correctly shutting itself off. Oops. This is where I made my little sound effects. And do I need this? I don't need this right now. All right. What we need is to go over to my code and then we need to go over to my code and find the login button, which is going to be login register, scroll open, full scroll, content, login panel, login options, scroll view, login panel, user input, username input panel, registration, login button. Here we go. And does that have? Nope. Where's that? Oh, here it is. Login register. Okay. This is the one I want. And then we need to go down here and say on login, click. Show login panel. Hide login panel. None of these triggered. Oh, I haven't attached. It's attached. So that's supposed to trigger. That's supposed to trigger. A lot of things that are supposed to happen. It's not that aren't happening. A lot of things going on that are like, nope. Set up login mode. Why do I have a login mode on the login? Oh, sorry. Oh. So are we not calling this? Setup login is authenticated. Setup login mode. Switch to registration mode. Handle login button click. Handle login. And the login is right here. So at some point, we're supposed to call animate close. Hide app loading panel. That's on exception. Got a lot of garbage stuff in here, don't I? A lot of extra comments. Blah. Hide login panel. I auto close the login panel after successful login, which is not happening. So what's happening? Alright, let's see what happens. You might say, why don't you just put it in? Why don't you know it by heart? I'll tell you why. Because it's too hard. I don't memorize it. I keep changing the password. Alright, so we're here. We're logging in. We're going to response. Everybody's happy-go-lucky. Response data. We have response data, so it's not null. So then we go to that, which probably won't do anything. Get user session. Okay, so that's... I think we're okay, because it is loading the correct team right now, so we can skip that. Alright, so we're in the login panel. Now we're going to go into the login panel. Animate close should do its thing. So we have a login panel, so we go F10 here, and we do have this, correct? No, we do not. Login panel. How do we not have that? Get component in children. It's the exact same. How do we not have that? Scroll panel animator. How is that? How is that not? How is that not? No. How is that not? No. Okay, I know it exists because it has. Is this guy null? Can I see the children? Login panel. I mean, it could be in get component in children. Because some of these have multiple children. Scroll panel animator vertical. Where is that? Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Huh. It's not in the children. The login panel is... Wait a minute. The login panel is what? What am I setting this to? feel like this. Oh, error message text, login panel. Yeah. It's not going to be there. This is like I have the wrong thing is what I have here. This is the login panel is not set correctly. The login panel should actually be the login prefab. That's why. See, this is why I should just connect the right thing. It's like that's the problem. I should just connect. I should stop trying. Why am I giving it the parent item anyway? That's the question here. That's the question. Why am I even giving it the parent? Let's see how many versions of this are there in here? One. There's that. And then there's the show login. And then there's all these guys are just, all these are wrong. All these are wrong because they're not, see, the panel is not what I'm showing here. And I think in other things like the navigation panel, I'm actually putting in I think the navigation panel, which works fine, I have a feeling all right, let's stop this. All right, well, let's see, I know what the problem is. So we're gonna stop you. And then we're going to go over. I bet you the navigation panel is using the prefabs. That's why navigation panel works. Navigation panel. Yeah, see, prefab. So this not, it says panel, but it's prefab, which is not the panel. And ultimately, I think the thing of what I really need here is the animated scroll. I just need this object, so I stopped trying to reference it. The only problem is, though, it's because this is also needs to be shut off, which is kind of means I have to give it both the thing I need to deactivate. I don't understand why I even need to do that. It's one of those weird things that I try to put it in. Like if I go to animate, you can't animate open if you haven't activated. That I know. If you can't, you have to activate the object before you can call anything in it. It's like it doesn't exist. As far as I'm aware, you can't connect to the object, so you have to like activate it. And once it's activated, you can do stuff. So that makes sense. You have to set it active. But on close, I don't understand why I need to call close, because in theory, animate close should be able to close itself. That's how I understand it. But since I need the open anyway, I can't really get rid of it. So, I almost feel like I should just make it a universal function variable, and then when it's opened on one, because we can't close it if we haven't opened it, and if we opened it, then we use the animate open, which means we have the scroll panel animators. I'm just trying to reduce the number of calls, because right now we're doing this thing where I'm searching through all the child objects, and I know it's only a few objects, but it does a bunch of them, and it's like, it seems kind of silly. I don't like calls when I don't have to make them. If I can already have that stuff, I'm like, keep it, be good, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. All right, so we're going to do this. We're going to turn this, instead of calling it here, we're going to go scroll panel animator, vertical, control C, control home. We're going to go up here. We'll just make a private Boolean. We'll just stick it up here. We'll call it private. Primate, private game object, and we're just going to call it this. Scroll animator vertical, and yeah. And I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to go back down here. But we do this for all these. Show login, hide login, they all doing it. So it's like you do it once. How many of these do I have? Ugh. I should just get it right away. I think I'm just going to get it on awake. Let's do this thing. Let's just do it on awake. And then I shouldn't need it anywhere else. I mean, it should just exist now. But I need to change the name of this from login panel to login. I'm going to call it the login prefab, because it's not really the panel prefab. And put this here. And then we're going to go down to, we're going to go find all these. And we're going to dump all of them. Fact. Prefab. Let's clean this mess up, you know? Take this guy, clean that up. There we go. This will be a lot cleaner, a lot more happy campery. Okay, so we got show login. We don't need this one either. We're just gonna get rid of all this. And for now, we'll put mega simplification. We can scroll panel animate a vertical. Why would that be empty? I'm not going to let that be empty. Honestly, you know what? I'm going to take this out. Because if the animate close fails, I still want it to close. It's like, okay, we still want it to close. I'm going to get a warning. It's going to show up. And that's going to tell me that, yeah, we caught the fact that it was broken, but it doesn't need to stop us. We're still going to close the page. It's like it's still a necessity. All right, so where else we got? So we got this, and then we got that, and then we're here, and we can just go, what is the problem? Scroll animator vertical. No, see, that's just, what's the problem here? Is that the wrong kind of object? I was doing it as a var, but that shouldn't matter. But let's see. No, it is. It's coming back as a game object. Huh? No, it's game object. I don't understand. I'm not sure why it's complaining about this. All right, well, let's go fix this thing first, and then I will go back to that. All right, so we got content, and this one is not actually asking for login panel. Oh, I'm probably going to error list. Yeah. Why is animate close and animate vertical not showing up? It was login panel dot get children dot that, and it turns it into a game object. All right, navigation. Let's go look at this quick. It's a var. Oh, you know what? I think the problem is I'm not supposed to do. I think I did this wrong. All right, let's go back here. I don't know why I did that. I was too busy letting AI tell me what to do here. And this probably requires an await. And that's why this is a var. Okay. Why? Why are you being like that? What is this supposed to be? Scroll panel animator vertical. What is the overload? So, what if I just do that? I mean, that's what it's supposed to be anyway. So, I'll just do that. Okay. I think that works. Okay, so we'll go there. That should allow my animate open and close to work. Okay, so my animate open and now close are now working. Okay, and then we'll go back to here. That should got rid of the errors, which means I should compile when I go back here now. Hit save. Then go back here. And then I should be able to go to content and set the prefab to the proper value, which is actually the parent object. Now, navigation panel will be trickier to do that. Though I feel like I should get all those values in advance. I really just don't like the idea of fetching stuff. I don't like searching through, and if I have to do it at all, once is enough. That's my feeling. There you go. I feel like that will be better. And then register and everything else can work. Okay, let's see if we get any better results out of that. So now everybody's got the right objects. We're calling animate close. We're calling it off the parent now, so we should find this the dang thing. So when it tries to run, we work. I still feel like I could close. I should be able to close inside of animate close. I feel our set the active false. I don't know why I need to do this here. That's the thing. Maybe that's why I don't need to do this. Because it's only if it fails do I need to do this. That's what I think. You know, because it wasn't closing, but the thing is it wasn't closing because it wasn't finding. So let's just see what this does. Let's see if it's smart enough to... I want to go see if animate close is actually trying to close itself first of all. Animate close, animate close, animate close. And it could be that the parent, see, it does try to, if the parent needs to be closed, but I don't know how deep down the animated scroll panel is, which could be the problem. If it has to go too deep, when you say parent, it's only disabling the one layer. Therefore, it's not. How do I find the top level parent? Then I got to go find the top level parent. Oh, that could be a problem. Because I don't know how high up that is. That's why it's there. All right, fine. Because if it's not like on the top level item and you go to the parent, you're only going to close like the panel that's above. You're not going to close the actual thing. So if I'm like on content and it goes to full scroll, honestly I don't know where it is. If it's on the top level it should work, but yeah, see, it's on the full scroll, so parent is just one object above it. But I think the problem was last time I tried this, it didn't work because I wasn't actually getting to it. But I think now I might be. Let's go to animate close here. Go to definition. And if it truly, I wonder if it's actually getting, if it's getting to here, it's because of this on close complete. I'm gonna try this again. And let's see if it actually gets here. If it gets here, then we did this. If it didn't work, then we were still broken. But I'm trying to reduce redundant calls. If this thing can close itself, why am I calling it from other places? That's the question of the day. Oh, it's 10:47. I'm gonna have to quit. Let's test this out. See if I'm getting any closer with my behavioral issues. And then I gotta look into why my scroll panel is not recalibrating to my changing the dimensions. Now it'll work correctly now with things open, but it doesn't work correctly if I toggle. It might actually work if I toggle now because you go from big to small. So it'll overclose, but it'll probably look weird. Oh yeah, and then this didn't log out, did it? Hey, it loaded correctly this time. What do you know? I think the problem before was it wasn't loading correctly because it had logged out. So I do a log out. See, you can see the button kind of flickers. And then I think now things don't work because we're kind of half logged in. Yeah, things are kind of half Things are not fully functioning right now. It's like, look, it's like they're totally broken right now. I don't know what happened. I think this may be breaking things. I have a feeling that may be breaking things. Somehow it's closing stuff and it's not allowing it to do this setting active on the current animation task. I think that's busting it up. So that, yeah, that doesn't work. There's a distinct reason why we don't close it, because I could await current animation task and then do that and then just hit return. I don't know what this returns. Does this return anything? It returns a boolean. So I could set that to, I wonder if I could do something like, let's do something like this. I'm just curious if this will work. I gotta try other things. I'm a try kind of guy, you know. Let's just say bar success equals, and then I hope it'll still return this. Let's see if this will work. I think it wasn't, because I had a break here though, didn't I? If I had the break and we aren't hitting the break, that means the active is triggering, which means the success won't return true or false. Which means I really can't do this here. Despite all my best efforts, it will not let me. Does set active return anything? No, it's just a void. Huh. Let's attach. I'm giving myself till 11 to solve the open close problem online, because I'll do it offline tomorrow if I can't get it solved in this 9 minutes. I feel like I'm on the cusp of getting this to work the way I want it to work, not just the way, just working. I could get it just working because I know I've had it working, but I'm stubborn and I want it to work my way. I hate doing things excessively. I like one call. I should just call it and it does what it's got to do. I feel like there's probably a dozen things here happening that shouldn't be. There's a lot that goes on in animate close though. So it's got this whole dot tween check, and it's got to check for size of things, and it just does a bunch of things. So I'm allowing it to function as it does because it's doing this delta check against everything. Now it's flawed. I know that because when I change it, it doesn't recalculate. So something in the animate open and close is not recalculating against what already exists. I think it has something to do with the way the pages are open or whatever. I mean, they worked, but they only half closed. Probably because it gets set to a state and it's not, maybe because the page was already open. No, because the new ones were doing it. I don't know. It's a weird thing. All right. Are we going to load? Yes. All right, so we are logged out. We know that did that. On button click, we already know that works. Show login panel, we know that works. All right, so now we're going to go log in. Go here. I'm going to go all the way back over here. All right, so now we should find our thing. Close. Oh, look at that. It didn't deactivate. It did get to the return. And then it turns off. Well, okay, so that's proof that apparently it can't deactivate itself. It should have gone away It did not until I called this thing. So either the parent is not deactivating correctly, or I don't know who the parent is. I thought the parent is the prefab, but it's apparently questionable. And my dream of being able to do that in one fell swoop is murdered. So we can't do that. But I also noticed that it did not close my app panel here, so we're still not fully functional, because even after that, we keep coming back here, and I can't get back out now. So it thinks I'm not logged in, even though it was successful. I got to log in. Somehow, we have only partial success. It did close it correctly, which is it's a thing. It's like partially halfway kind of sorted to where I want to be. But it also means I have to get rid of this line again, because it doesn't work. Which means I don't need this, I guess. Sad. Full scroll panel dot parent dot game object dot set active. Nah, don't know. I feel like maybe I'm just doing something wrong. There's probably something I just don't know, which is not surprising, to be honest, but whatever. You want to be that way, I'll let you be that way. Fine. Oh, wait, what? Ooh, wait, what? What did I do? Oh, wait, no, never mind. We're okay. Alright, so we'll go over here, let it try to reload, but it'll probably blow up because I tried to do something during runtime. Alright, well, I didn't quite get it solved. I do have it closing-ish, but then it doesn't continue on from there, which it's supposed to. It's supposed to just go finish loading. I don't know why it's not. We'll figure